Hi, happy Friday. Thank you for joining us. Today we are looking at the teachings of our founding fathers, the founders of the Unity Movement. The booklet we're looking at today is New Age, New Thought, a Unity Perspective. This is actually the pamphlet that I use when friends and family ask me, what is unity? Is it even a religion? This was compiled by all of the teachings of unity. I think you'll find some answers here. Let's start now. New Age, New Thought, a Unity Perspective. In 1889, an American couple, Charles and Myrtle Fillmore, sought help by changing their ideas about God and themselves. They began publishing a little magazine and praying with the people who subscribed to the magazine. They began teaching classes. Their ideas became a movement. That movement became unity. Today, millions of people throughout the world read Unity's magazines and books. Unity literature has been translated into many languages. Millions of people write and call silent unity for prayer. Unity churches and study groups located in the United States and throughout the world bring Unity students together to worship God, to pray and meditate, and to take classes in applying the Unity ideas to their lives. We live in an age that has spawned and continues to spawn innumerable new religions and philosophies. In the public mind, and sometimes in the mind of Unity students and teachers, Unity becomes confused with some of the new isms, especially those who call themselves New Age and New Thought. Now may be an opportune time to ask what unity is, and perhaps to ask what unity is not. Questions that are frequently asked of the Unity School of Christianity and the leaders of Unity centers are these. Is unity part of the New Age? Is unity a New Age teaching? What relation does unity have with New Thought and New Age organizations and churches? First, what is unity? In the words of Charles Fillmore, unity is a link in the great educational movement inaugurated by Jesus Christ. Our objective is to discern the truth in Christianity and to prove it. The truth that we teach is not new. Neither do we claim special revelations or discoveries of new religious principles. Our purpose is to help and teach mankind to use and prove the eternal truth taught to us by the Master, Jesus Christ. Unity is usually classified as part of a broader movement called New Thought. However, Unity School of Christianity is not a member of the International New Thought Alliance. The teaching of New Thought organizations proclaim the divinity of humanity, but do not officially establish Jesus as the standard and authority. The teachings of Jesus are central to unity. The term New Age refers to a non-homogeneous mixture of attitudes, beliefs, concerns, fads, and theories that constitute the thinking of a wide spectrum of people. It includes a new interest in ancient Eastern religions, yoga and meditation, a revival of interest in spiritualism, but with the new name of channeling, and the practice of astrology, graphology, phrenology, palmistry, and numerology. For those who believe in reincarnation, the New Age includes the exploration of previous lives through past life readings. Some New Age thinkers also study tarot cards, out-of-body experiences, Killeran photography, automatic writing, healing with crystals, and more. All these widely differing attitudes, causes, and disciplines have become indiscriminately grouped together under the heading New Age. That term embraces a kaleidoscope of interests, and in spite of the ancient practice of some, they are all called New Age. Unity has always felt that there are many roads to God. We believe that there is truth and spiritual help to be found in the scriptures of all the great world religions. We are glad that there are many different churches because human beings unfold spiritually in many different ways. The religious practices that help some people approach God and unfold their spiritual potential might not be useful to others. We bless every religion and philosophy that helps people live God-centered, loving, and productive lives. One of the outstanding characteristics of unity has been its willingness to free those who study its teachings to accept or not accept any element they desire. On the first page of Lessons in Truth, which has been Unity's basic textbook for most of its history, H. Emily Cady tells the reader to take the teachings he or she may find useful and to leave the ones that are not. We try never to debate our religious beliefs and practices with those who have different views. However, the fact that unity leaves one free to accept as much or as little as is helpful does not mean that unity does not have a teaching. The freedom of the individual is a tenet of unity's teaching. Although unity feels that different teachings and beliefs may be helpful to different individuals, this does not mean that unity accepts these teachings as its own. Some people feel that any new thought or New Age teaching or practice which they might find helpful is unity, and that unity should allow other teachings to be taught in the name of unity. That is not freedom. That is confusion. Clearly, unity is a Christian religion. Originally, Charles Fillmore simply called it practical Christianity. He also described unity as primitive Christianity, by which he meant that unity is the religion taught by Jesus and his disciples before there were churches with dogma and doctrine. Unity considers itself to be not the religion about Jesus, but the religion of Jesus Christ. At the turn of the 20th century, Charles Fillmore had two divergent needs to unify. He wanted to make it clear that unity is a Christian organization, a religious movement, a Christian religion. But he also wanted to ensure that unity was a response to the new scientific knowledge that was opening minds to a greater understanding. As new physics cast light on the nature of the material universe and released undreamed of physical powers, a new metaphysics casts light on the mental universe and released undreamed of powers of the mind. Unity has always taught that there is a spiritual science, a science of mind with its own laws, as limiting and as liberating as the laws of the physical sciences. The purpose of most of Unity's textbooks has been to teach what these spiritual laws are and how to use them to cast off the bonds that false habits of thinking have imposed. Bonds of sickness, poverty, frustration, loneliness, and pain. Connie Fillmore Bazzi, president of Unity School of Christianity, has written, "These are the basic ideas that make up the Unity belief system." 1. God is absolute good, everywhere present. 2. Human beings have a spark of divinity within them, the Christ Spirit within. Their very essence is of God, and therefore they are inherently good also. 3. Human beings create their experiences by the activity of their thinking. Everything in the manifest realm has its beginning in thought. 4. Prayer is creative thinking that heightens the connection with God-mind and therefore brings forth wisdom, healing, prosperity, and everything good. 5. Knowing and understanding the laws of life, also called truth with a capital T, are not enough. A person must also live the truth that he or she knows. These are Unity's well-defined teachings. Unity teaches the omnipresence of God, which implies the presence of God within all humankind. It teaches that God made each person to be perfect, even as God is perfect. It teaches that the Christ indwells every individual and that Jesus Christ demonstrated this for us. It teaches individual responsibility. Unity constantly and invariably directs the individual to divinity within for greater spiritual understandings, solutions to problems, resolutions of conflict, spiritual, mental, and physical healing, the greater demonstrations of abundant life. On the other hand, the Unity teachings do not include tarot cards, astrology, numerology, channeling, and healing with crystals, the practices sometimes known as New Age. Instead, Unity always directs the individual to the Christ presence within that individual. Unity interprets the Bible metaphysically. Briefly defined, metaphysics means beyond the physical. In this case, it refers to the reading of the Bible for its allegorical or underlining meaning. While retaining the right to interpret the Bible metaphysically, Unity is firmly Bible-based. It does not place any authority on channeled sources. The Bible has withstood the test of time, and its teachings have been proved over the centuries by millions of people. Unity prefers to say, with proven methods and principles. Unity's founders examined spiritualism, but for good practical reasons decided to base their teachings exclusively on the study of the Bible. Their method of affirmative prayer and their reliance on the indwelling presence of the Christ rest upon biblical authority. Channeled material may have been helpful to many, but Unity does not teach or endorse it. In some Unity centers or churches, you may hear truth with a capital T presented in such a way that you might think you were in a traditional Christian church, and in others, truth might be presented in strict scientific and psychological terms, with emphasis on positive thinking. Unity does not have a creed that you must swear to, or rites and practices that you must perform. Unity is more a teaching than a creed, and more an attitude than a teaching. Unity is an open-ended religion. Unity does not feel that its teachings incorporate all truth or final truth. The search for truth is as much a part of truth as finding it. Unity's teachings are more a set of directions than they are a doctrine. They are not fence posts that shut you in or out. They are signposts that show you the way to truth that you must ultimately find in yourself and for yourself. If unity has one cardinal teaching, it is that the true Spirit of God, to which we all should turn and listen, is written within us. The way to God is not through a channel or any other intermediary. You must make the quest for yourself and in yourself. What then is the New Age, and what is Unity's attitude toward it? The New Age is a potpourri of different ideas, philosophies, doctrines, and practices. It has attracted such a variety of people under its banner that it is difficult to define exactly what it is and what it is not. We believe that the New Age begins for any one of us when we are able to take the teachings of Jesus Christ and let them work in our lives. This is not dependent on anything outside of ourselves, although we may use outer tools to bring to the point of awareness where we can begin our inner work. The New Age that Unity seeks to teach is an inner spiritual journey which is available to us all and which can be undertaken at any time. Is unity part of the New Age? Is unity a New Age teaching? A better question would be, are we living an old age or a new age? Many thousands of individuals around the world have found that by following Unity's teachings, they have entered their own personal new age of rich, meaningful living. This is the new age to which Unity has always been and will always be dedicated. Thank you for joining us today. I hope you've enjoyed New Age, New Thought. That was a lot of information in a short amount of time, but luckily you can rewatch this video, stop and take notes, or even order New Age, New Thought from truthunity.net. Thank you again. Namaste.
Thank you for joining us, and let's stay connected and grow in spirit. We are on Facebook. Search for Unity Church of El Cajon and follow us and like our posts. You can reach us on YouTube at Unity Church of El Cajon. Please subscribe to our channel, watch our videos, and leave comments which can help us improve. We are on the web at unityofelcajon.org. Email or call our church office to receive our weekly newsletters, which lists all of our activities and opportunities to learn and grow together.